guys, this is going to be a tutorial of how to play Wade in Your Water by Common Kings. Very fun song to play with, very fun song to jam with. If you're going to the beach and you want to jam along with your friends or even impress your friends, this is a great song to have. There are two versions that you could play this song with, and I'll be teaching you guys how to play both. And they're the same ways that I teach my friends how to play this song. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get into it. Alright guys, to jump into the chords, we're going to be using E minor, C, G, and D. Now if you know these shapes when you're towards the bottom or towards the nut of your guitar, then you'll be okay. But I'm going to teach this two separate ways. The first way is how it sounds on the soundtrack from Common Kings. And the second way is how, if you're a beginner looking to play this song, then this song is not going to be super hard with the chords that I teach you how to play this song. Okay, to jump in with the soundtrack chords is we're going to start off with an E minor. And in E minor, I'm going to bar the 7th fret. My middle finger is on the B string of the 8th fret. My ring finger is on the 9th fret of the D string. And my pinky is on the 9th fret of the G string. Don't worry about picking yet. I will cover that later on in this video. Next, we have the C. Now, the easiest way for me to teach how to get from E minor to C in this song is to take the shape of your middle finger, ring finger, and pinky, move it up one string, and then move the whole shape up one fret. Okay? Now, the way I play this is I bar the 8th fret. My middle finger is on the G string of the 9th fret. And my ring finger is on the A string of the 10th fret. And my pinky is on the D string of the 10th fret. The next chord we have is a G. And the way I play G is that I bar the 10th fret and my ring finger is barring the D, G, and B strings. And the last chord is a D, which is the same shape as the C that I taught you guys, but moved up a whole step or 2 frets. And the way I play this is that I bar the 10th fret, my middle finger is on the 11th fret of the G string, my finger is on the 12th fret of the A string, and my pinky is on the 12th fret of the D string. Next, we're going to go on to more of the beginner chords, which are the same chords as these up here, but you can move them down here. So we have an E minor. Very nice sounding chord, which is where my pointer finger is on the A string of the 2nd fret, and my middle finger is on the D string of the 2nd fret. The next chord is a C, which is where I have my pointer finger on the 1st fret of the B string, my ring finger is on the D string on the 2nd fret, and my ring finger is on the A string of the 3rd fret. And I don't play that low E on this chord. And then next is a G. I play G with my pinkies like this on the bottom 2 strings, but you can play it like this as well, where a lot of people teach you where it's just the 3rd fret of the high E string on that bottom end. The way I play G is that my pointer finger is on the 2nd fret of the A string, and my middle finger is on the 3rd fret of the low E string, and my ring finger is on the 3rd fret of the high E string. Now if you want to play it like how I do, I have my pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E string and my ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. Not a big difference, but for me that's just how I like playing it. And the last chord is a D, which is where my pointer finger is on the G string of the 2nd fret. My middle finger is on the high E string of the 2nd fret. And my ring finger is on the B string of the 3rd fret. Okay, now we're going to move on to strumming and picking. The way I think of picking is that you have your bass notes in the song, and then you use your D, G, and B strings to kind of get the melody. And the way I'm going to position my fingers is that my 3 fingers are going to go right under the D, G, and B strings, and then my thumb is going to be playing that bass. Okay? Each chord has a certain bass note for this song. So for example, the E minor, the bass note is hitting that A string. Okay? Now when we're going to the soundtrack chords, we're going to start off with the E minor. And the E minor, you're going to hit the A string, and then D, G, B. And then just kind of mute it, or just put your hand on top. I put my hand on top, like the feel and effect of that. A, D, G, B. A, D, G, B. Well, not actually, but like the strings, but yeah. Next, we have the C note, which is where the bass note is the low E string. And you're still picking those same D, G, and B. Low E, D, G, B. Low E, D, G, B. So I'm going to tie it in now with the E minor. Next, we have the G, and the bass note on that one is the A string, and that same thing, D, G, B. I'm going to tie it in from the E minor to the C to the G. Okay, and the last one is the D, which the bass note on this one is the low E string. So we have the low E, D, G, B. Okay, now I'm going to tie it in. E minor, C, G, D, E minor, C, G, D. Okay, so that's the picking for the soundtrack chord. And the picking is going to be a little bit different for the beginner chords. So when we start with the beginner chords with an E minor, we're still using that D, G, and B. Okay? So on the E minor, we can hit the low E and then D, G, B. It's lower, but you still get the melody of the song. Next, we have the C, which the bass note on that one is on the A string, and you're still using that D, G, and B. Now I'm going to tie in the E minor and C. Okay, next we have the G. I'm going to play it like this, because that's how I normally play it, but you can still play it like this. G, the bass note is going to be that low E again, and you're still plucking those D, G, and B strings. So now to tie it in. Okay, the next and final chord for these is the D chord. Now the D chord, the bass is not the low E and the A, it's actually the D string. So the way I play this is that I move my fingers, my 3 fingers that I had, down to the high E, B, and G string, and then my thumb comes to that D string. So when I play it, you hit the bass note, and then those bottom 3 strings. So now I'm going to tie it in together from E minor. So E minor, C, G, D. Okay, now the next thing that I'm going to teach you guys is the little accent part that you heard in the beginning of the video. I've seen a lot of covers on YouTube or TikTok, Instagram, you name it, and they seem to miss this little part of the song. It's barely noticeable, but you hear it in the song when they're playing it. The first part is going to be on the G string. You have your 12th, 11, 9, 11, 12, 10 on the high E string, and then 7 on the high E string. Then you're gonna have the hammer on onto 8th, like so. And then the last little note is 5 on the high E string. So I'm gonna go slow for you guys. A little bit faster. And now on tempo. Okay guys, that is my tutorial of how to play Wade in Your Water by Common Kings. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope everyone is staying safe out there. Take care guys, and may God bless.